You brought up a point a couple of moments ago about Cliff's death, which of course is one of the biggest tragedies in metal history. For you personally, how did you hear the news and what was your reaction to it, if I may ask?
It was horrible. I was sleeping at my house and my mom called me because she gets up earlier than I do. And she said, one of the guys in Metallica died. I was like, what? And she didn't know which one it was. So I had to, make a lot of phone calls and just to find out what the hell is going on. But it was in all news in Denmark had the story. So, and this was before the internet. So, you had to listen to radios and, call people. But yeah, it was devastating. I mean, they were on the way to play a gig in Copenhagen. We were going to meet up that afternoon, right? And bus fucking turns over. When Cliff was in the band, it was you gotta understand the 3 albums I did with Metallica was like on the rise. Every album just went one level higher all the time, and it's always easier when you can see it's getting better and better and better. Once you get to the top and have to stay there, that's when all the problems sets in, which everybody knows if they've seen their movie.
No, for sure. So, what was Cliff like in the studio? From what I've heard, he was the most musically gifted. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, he was the only one that actually been schooled in music. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if he was the better musician. I rate James pretty high up there as one. I think James is probably the best rhythm guitar player in the world. But he was definitely the most schooled music-wise, and some of the parts he came up with were things that nobody in a metal band would ever have done except for Cliff. So yeah, he was great, and he was just a mellow, kind, dude that we hung out. We recorded at night, and we kind of made it so that we started at 7. Actually, on Master of Puppets, we started at 6 at my house, and they came at 8. We and my wife made dinner for them, and then we discussed what we needed to do during the night, and we'd walk to the studio from my house, which was like 3 minutes. And once we'd finished recording, it would be 4 or 5, something like that. And they would always make sure they got to the hotel, because they were staying at a hotel on Master of Puppets, because now they were on a major label, so they could afford it. And the morning buffet opened at 6, so they always they were there at 6 so they could eat breakfast buffet and then go to bed and sleep. So they got up and got to my house to eat dinner. So during that time, once we're done and they were going to waste an hour or so, we were sitting, having a beer, playing poker. He liked playing poker. So yeah, he was just a cool dude to hang out with. He was really nice, really gentle. Knew a lot of stuff about things, so you could sit and talk with him for hours and hours.